one of your cases of melena, you have done laparotomy and you have found the lesions in the ileum and the biopsy has come as metastatic carcinoma. What you did for that? And where was the primary? How you did it?
So this is a very recent case we have managed. It's done only last month. The patient is still on our treatment. We have planned to do a CT scan of the abdomen for him, and subsequently, as we find, then we'll keep it further.
Yes. You have resected the ileal lesion, is it?
No, we haven't resected the ileal lesion because there was no signs of any obstruction or any symptoms. As far as lesions in the ileum was concerned, we just took a biopsy from the liver nodules. We did not touch his ileum or.
Are you planning any chemotherapy for that? I think Malhotra is ready for it.
In fact, this patient has been done just a few days ago, and we have received the histology, I think, only a couple of days back. So our first this thing would be to see, basically it was diagnosed on capsule endoscopy at Chennai as a case of Crohn's disease, was being treated for that, came back with melena, but somehow the first thing that I would like to highlight here is that our experience with capsule endoscopy is very limited, but 3 cases of Crohn's and all 3 have turned out to be something else, you know, when we have actually gone in and done something further. So, and in fact these were 2 of these cases. So this was a case who was being treated as Crohn's disease. When he came back with melena, I was somehow not very convinced with the capsule endoscopy pictures, and that is why we put in the laparoscope, and we found these small multiple hard nodules all over the liver. We converted, we did a thorough laparotomy, and we found that there was this disease in the liver, plus these 2 small nodules in the ileum. There was no other disease anywhere. We took a biopsy. In fact, somehow it was a gut feeling of mine. I told them, I do not know, it just may be a metastatic carcinoid, I don't know. And that is what it has turned out to be. We are going to do the serum chromogranin as well as the chromogranin on the tissue blocks for this patient. And subsequently we will treat him, but it will possibly not be with chemotherapy. It doesn't work that very well for them. And it will possibly be with long-acting sandostatin every month. And so that is the one thing. And of course the other, as I wanted to tell you, these capsule endoscopies, I think one has to, it's a very good mode of investigation for the small gut, for which we have, you know, apart from enteroscopy and the enteroclysis, nothing much else. But I think, you know, we should not completely rely on these capsule endoscopy reports as these 2 cases tell us. This lady, the earlier lady, actually had received 55 units of blood before coming to us, diagnosed as a case of Crohn's disease. She had received actually 52 units. We gave her 3 more. And finally, we had to convince her to get operated because, and we found this small, this leiomyoma of the small gut. It was a half-an-hour procedure, and she's doing very fine after that. But that capsule endoscopy and Crohn's disease went on and on and on. She received 55 units of blood. So the message is, it's a good modality of investigation, but one should not completely rely on its findings. One has to keep one's clinical and scientific eyes open.